Ei pessoal, tudo bem? Vocês estão me ouvindo? Manda aí nos comentários se vocês estão escutando bem. Essa é mais uma live aqui em que a gente conversa com vocês totalmente em inglês. E hoje, ao invés da Aline, vocês vão ter o Diego aqui com a gente, que ele também lá da Park Idiomas e está aqui para representar ali os professores da Park com a gente. E a gente vai conversar hoje sobre audiobooks, né? Como a gente consegue praticar o inglês no dia a dia usando audiobooks. Eu acredito que vocês vão entender melhor como usar isso no dia a dia, vai ser bem interessante. E eu vou apresentar agora para vocês o Diego. Então, me contem aí nos comentários se vocês estão escutando bem. Vou até testar aqui se tá tudo bem com o áudio. Eu estou me escutando bem, então vamos lá. Ó, vou colocar o Diego aqui com a gente. E aí, agora sim, estamos nós dois aqui ao vivo no YouTube. Como tá o coração?
Olá, tudo bem? Boa noite. Obrigado pelo convite, Aninha. Prazer por representar o pessoal de Santa Teresa aqui e da Park também.
Exatamente. Se apresente, assim, Diego, pra gente. Quando você começou aí com essa história do inglês, só para o pessoal se contextualizar assim, cara nova aparecendo aqui no YouTube, para o pessoal te conhecer.
Legal.
Mais.
Bom, meu nome é Diego Dias, eu sou formado em administração e eu trabalhei em várias empresas e eu vi muitos colegas, amigos, perdendo grandes oportunidades pela falta do inglês e até me pedindo ajuda para poder desenvolver a fala. Eu sempre gostei muito de inglês e eu tive a oportunidade de trabalhar numa empresa onde eu tive um chefe americano que me ajudou muito a desenvolver a parte da fala, da oralidade, da segurança para falar. E depois de tanto ver colegas, amigos, pessoas gerando oportunidades de promoção, de trabalho, de viagem, eu acabei empreendendo no ramo de ensino de inglês. Então, eu sou responsável pela unidade da Park Idiomas em Belo Horizonte, Santa Teresa, e lá eu ajudo consultores e alunos a terem sucesso com a fala do inglês, com autoconfiança, com segurança, de uma maneira muito natural, muito gostosa de aprendizado.
Legal demais. E pode ficar à vontade aí para me corrigir ao longo dessa live, porque de vez em quando eu dou assim umas escapulidas. Então, pode ficar à vontade. Legal demais. Então, olha, vamos passar aqui, a gente preparou para vocês uma apresentação, um passo a passo assim para a gente conseguir, para vocês conseguirem acompanhar, né? Quem está começando ali, às vezes não entende tão bem o inglês, para vocês acompanharem uma parte escrita em português e a gente vai conversar agora totalmente em inglês. Então, se vocês quiserem comentar alguma coisa no chat, pode comentar ou em português ou em inglês, a gente faz a alteração aqui para a gente conseguir conversar. Mas é isso, agora o nosso papo é totalmente em inglês. Então,
Let's do it.
Então pode começar, porque às vezes eu demoro um pouco a sair do português, assim. Então...
No problem at all. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching tonight. We're gonna talk about how to study English with audiobooks. This is something that has helped me a lot when I was in this learning process of English. And well, as Anna has said before, there are basically two ways of studying English, a passive way and an active way as well. So in order to talk about how to study passively with audiobooks, you can listen to the stories of those audiobooks and you can follow through reading the story. So you can do both things at the same time. So it will help you how to understand what people are talking about and what is the story, what is that background, and then you can have this help through the transcription. So this is the good way of how to study in a passive way.
Nice. And what do you think about a passive way and active way to learn more the idiom, learn more English? What do you think about it?
Well, I think that both options are good. It depends on the availability that you have. So sometimes you cannot study actively. You cannot sit down and pay close attention to what you have to study. And study passively is a good thing to do. So sometimes you're driving your car or doing something else. So it is good to listen to the story. And when you have the opportunity, you can follow through the text. So it can help you, right? Well, actively, I think it is very useful as well, because you can practice in an active way. So you can like listen to the story and repeat. You can mimic what people are saying. So it helps you to improve your English, your pronunciation, and the pacing of your pronunciation as well. So you can listen to the words, repeat the words, listen to the expressions, repeat the expressions. And sometimes it might happen something that you might listen to a word that you don't understand, or it might sound odd or awkward to you, strange to you. You can stop, rewind a little bit and listen to it again, and then you can check the text. So it will help you how to better understand what the word is. And this is very useful because it helps you to improve your vocabulary as well. So sometimes it is a very good thing to listen to stories, because it might appear a word or another that you're not familiar with, and then you can like expand your vocabulary. So this is very good to do.
Yeah, I think like you too, because I love to watch like TV show, but I know that it's a passive way to learn English, because you need to do more. Like you need to repeat the sentence that the actor said, and that's a thing that you can change the way, like passive way to a thing like active way, and practice more. I think that is the most important thing when you choose to learn English, because when you like use the language,
Mhm.
it's important to you. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that when you are watching like a TV show or something, it is also good. It is a good challenge for yourself when you watch it entirely in English, but without subtitles. And sometimes I do that as well. And I hear something that is not common to myself. And I come back, I put on the subtitles, I see what the word is, and then I realize what is the meaning, and then I come back to only in English, no subtitles. And I think that even in a passive way, it is a very good thing to do in your day-by-day situation. So it is good. I remember when I was learning English, I used to arrive home and I used to watch like The Big Bang Theory. I think it is very funny, and I used to watch it a lot. But the dialogues are fast, and sometimes I didn't understand. And it wasn't possible to rewind it a little bit and see and check out the word. But when you have this challenge to yourself, you get used to this, and then you start like getting things, getting the sense, the meaning of the words and the expressions, and then it is a natural process, I think. So I really enjoy studying passively as well. So I think it is good.
That's nice. And that's a difference between like just returning to audiobooks, I think. To read and listen is different when you do these things. When you just read, I think you lost the pronunciation of the word, because you are. I know you will read like just in your mind, and in your mind your pronunciation is amazing. But when you are like talking in English, I think it's different. So I think we lost that thing when we are just reading. What do you think?
Yeah, we lose that a little bit, I think, as well. But you know, when you pronounce the words in your head, in your mind, of course, we think that it is perfect. But I think that it is really important to pronounce like for real, like saying the word, because sometimes we don't know what the pronunciation is. And I believe, Anna, that we have like a memory, a muscle memory. When we pronounce words, when we say words, when we repeat them, we create this muscle memory. We know how to articulate our muscles, how to move the muscles, so we can have a good pronunciation. I think that is the reason that sometimes we read a word in a Portuguese way because we are so used to pronounce things in Portuguese that it is a little bit difficult to pronounce things in English as well. So I think that in the beginning, it might be difficult, it might be challenging, but the more you do that, the more you get used to this. And I think that it is so good to do as well.
Yeah, I have a book that my dad give to me when I started to learn Spanish this year,
Mhm.
and it's poetry. It's from Carlos Drummond de Andrade. It's like
Mhm.
a Brazilian writer, but someone I don't know this really translates to Spanish. So in one
Wow.
page I have in Portuguese and another page in Spanish. So I started
Yes.
to like read loud. I think read
Out loud,
out
yes.
loud. And my teacher said to me, "Oh, your Spanish is very good nowadays." And oh my god, that's really works. Then something,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of poetry in English too, so you can do that.
Mhm.
It's easier to find it in online too.
Yes, I think that's something that helps a lot as well is when you choose a book that you are interested in. So if you are into business, it will be good for you to learn about business in English with an audiobook related to this. If you are into fashion or technology or games or something, it will be good for the person to pick a book in the same subject that they like. So I think it easy the process. It make the process like more comfortable, more interesting to that person. So I think that this is a very good tip as well. So if you are into technology, I don't know, look for something like science fiction audiobook because you will be listening to a story about fiction and science and technology and stuff, and it will be interesting. So you will feel interesting for the entire story throughout the book. So I think this is something. This is a very good tip to do as well. So choose a book that you like, a subject that you like. So it will help you to go through the process entirely.
Yeah, I like novels like so deeply, and so I always choose something like with love story, something like that. So
Yes.
that's amazing to choose something that you like. Nice.
Yes.
And when you are listening to the audio from the audiobook, I think you are
Mhm.
like practicing your listening. That's so important. Like you said, when you are driving a car and you just can't listen, you can't read because right you are
Mhm.
driving, you are
Yes.
so you need to practice that, and that's important too. You can choose just listening to the audiobook, right? And that's
Yes.
good.
And sometimes maybe you're not able to pay close attention to what the audio is saying. So even if you listen to it and you don't understand, maybe later in a better time you can listen to it again and just review the things that you heard before. And I think it is a good exercise as well. And then you can review things. I remember a time when I was working with that American boss, I used to come back home listening to audiobooks and podcasts as well. And it was good because the story is like, it is catching. So it catches your attention and you keep paying attention to that because there is like a storytelling of that thing. And it was good to recognize the characters, the plot in the story, what happened, what was about to happen. So you get connected to that story. So it is good. So you also practice your memory as well, because sometimes the audiobook's not short. It is a little bit long. So maybe it will take you a couple of days to finish that, and then you can practice the story and your memory as well. You can repeat to yourself what happened, the name of the characters, what they were doing, what they are about to do, and then you can practice in your mind in an active way something about something related to the story. And it is good for you to practice your memory in English in that case.
Yeah, it's nice when you talk with someone about the history of the book. It's a good thing, really. And what do you think about listening to and read the audiobook? Because when you read, you can also like practice listening because you are listening, but you can also practice pronunciation because you know how to write, I think, the word. I always okay, the word, and you also can, right? It's related. You know how to write and you know how to pronounce this word, and you can practice this way. And it's good because we will talk about a few apps that you can do that, and you can like just pick the word and you can know how is the meaning if you don't know, and you can like choose a few words to practice along the week. So I think it's good when you choose to pick an audiobook that is related to your level. I think your skills in English, because will be difficult because I have a lot of vocabulary that if you are a beginner, you will not don't know. You really it will be a challenge for me. It's a challenge to listen to audiobooks because I choose like Romeo and Juliet, and it's so difficult vocabulary. You need to pick a book that is like related to your level, to your skills in English. What do you think about it? What book do you recommend to someone that is a beginner?
Good question. I think that it has to be something interesting, but something that I used to do, especially something that I used to tell students in the past. If you are a beginner student, and maybe if it is too challenging for you, you might feel like uncomfortable trying to read a book that's not at your level. So something that I used to suggest to students was for them to choose like a children's book with very simple stories. So they will have the pictures, the images. It won't be something very complex. It will be something simple. And also the vocabulary as well. It will be something comfortable for them, because with the vocabulary, with the pictures, the images and everything, it will make sense. So I will suggest like children's book to beginners. And when the person feels that, okay, maybe it is too easy, the person can go up and choose some other books for older children and teenagers and other kind of books, and then they can have this evolution process. So it has to be funny. I think that it has to be something interesting, funny, comfortable. Because imagine if you are a beginner and you choose a very complex book, it might be so challenging, so hard that you may give up. You may say, well, I won't finish that. It is too complex. I don't like it. And I think that it has to be something nice to do, interesting to do. So pick a book, like a children's book, read it, see the images, the pictures, repeat the process. If it is too easy, choose another book, a little bit more complex book. And then you will go up, improving time by time. So take your time, enjoy the process, pick a book that you like, that is comfortable for you to read, to understand, and then you will see the evolution in this process, I think.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I have a few here that I choose for, like this is from Daniel, and that's another book in English too. Just for kids, like it's in Spanish because I study Spanish too. So it's a book that it's so like easy to read because it's for kids and have a lot of images like this one,
Yes.
and you
But see,
can
but see how much text you have in the book. There's a
yeah.
lot of text, right? Yes. So it is not because people sometimes they think, oh, I won't be reading a children's book. It is for children. But come on, what's the problem? You might choose a book. It is funny with a lot of pictures and text as well, and you'll be practicing all the time.
Yeah, I put some like post-it with new words that I didn't know about it, and so it was funny too.
Yes.
And always have like I love this children's stories because have a meaning like in the end. You have how to say that I don't know the word in English, but
A
it's
lesson, like a lesson in
yes,
the
a
end.
lesson. Yes, a lesson. You so I learn about it. So
Yes.
it's fun. I
Every
like it.
people will be learning with everything, even if it is simple. If people learn about something new, it is worth it. It will be good. So it is uh, uh, from little to little all the time. If you like learn something new, that's good. That's okay because it will be learning more and more, and then it will be expanding your vocabulary, your knowledge, the structures that you will know, and that's the process.
Yeah, that's a question that Ito told to us on comments. Which audiobook do you recommend for anyone starting now? So that's a point. We talk about stories for kids.
Yes.
I think like fairy tales. Like I love
Yes.
fairy tales, so I recommend.
Yeah. I've seen before, like in the beginning of the year, I was going around the mall and I saw like a library, and they had a lot of children's book, but not about fairy tales, like books about feelings, respect, like magical words, so please, and things like that. And there are many other books that the person might choose. So maybe a story, very light story, if if the person is interested in this. And but there are so many books. I think if you Google it, like a children's book, like 6 years old, 7 years old, you can range it from age, like books to 2-year-old kids, books to 4-year-old kids. So you can like improving the level of the books. I think that's a good thing to do as well. If you type like kids book and the age, if maybe Italo will find out like options that he may have contact with and see by himself if it is suitable to him or not. If it is too easy, he can jump on something more complex like 6, 8, 10 years old, 12 years old. So it is like a teenager book, but just try it.
Yeah, start it some way. And
Yes.
another thing is the word. Like when you start to learn, when you start to read something, to listen to something, and you don't understand, it's important to stop and understand what is that word, the meaning of the word. An important thing that I always do when I'm learning English, when I'm practice English, is not to search for the translation of the word because it's not helpful. I always put the meaning of the word
Mhm.
because it's. What do you think about it? It's good to translate
Absolutely.
everything or not?
No, you're completely right. If the person is reading in a Kindle, in a device, or even in an app,
I have
the person
yeah,
might like
like
tap on the
this.
word. Yes, perfectly. But for people who don't have a Kindle, maybe they can download the app into their phones or tablet or something. And on Kindle, it is nice because you can tap on the word and you can have the definition of that word right away. into the app. Or when I don't know what the word is, something that I do, I Google it. And I usually do this. I write define and the word. And Google will give me a definition of that word. So it is like a very quick way how to understand what the word is. And there are a lot of websites out there with more definition, usages of that word, putting that word into like a context, so you can really understand what the word is in English instead of translating. I don't think translating is like a terrible idea, but certainly it won't help you all the time, because some words are not even like translatable, I think, because they are so so connected to the language, and it is like that. Not only words, but expressions and things like that. So I think if you get the meaning, if you understand the meaning of the word, that's what it takes. That's what you need, okay? You don't have to translate. I think that sometimes people understand, but they are not confident, and they want to translate the word just to double check, just to make sure that they understood. Man, if you understood, like, don't worry about that, okay? Just put the word into the context, keep reading what you are reading, and then things will connect as well. You don't have to translate all the time.
Yeah. So you told about a tip that we will give to you today. So it's about Amazon Kindle. That if you don't have this one, I don't have Kindle, I have Kobo, but it's good as well. But you can download the app Amazon Kindle in your phone, and you also can listen to audiobooks and just read some books. I think in this quarantine, your friends send to you a link with a few books free on Amazon. So if you can search on Amazon for books in English, and you can download for free some of them. And I think it's a good thing to do.
If you don't find the books in English, something that you can do, you can change the settings of your account into Amazon and change the language and country to like the United States. And then everything will be in English. And then you can search for free books that you can download into the app. And then you get like a bunch of free books.
Nice. So that I didn't realize that. So it's good. And something that I put here like a tip is, if you like choose for read a book, like a physical book, how to say that? A real book?
I can say a hard book, like a hard copy book, or a hard book.
Hard book.
Yes. Everything that is like physical, like a hard copy or a digital copy. You can say, well, I have a hard copy of the book or a digital copy of the book.
Hard copy of the book.
Yes.
You can. You don't have like someone reading to you. So
yes.
You don't have. So you can, like we said, you can read out loud. And you can record your voice, because when we are reading something or talking with someone, I don't know, we always think that we are pronouncing right. Okay, my pronunciation is good, like in our head when you are just thinking. And that's a thing that it's complicated, because when you, like in class, when I talk something and my teacher said, oh no, you said something like this, and it's not like this, it's like that. And oh my god, I said that because I didn't realize. So when you record your voice, it's good to understand if you are pronouncing correctly, and you will improve that. So if you are alone, like with your hard book, you can do that.
Your hard copy book.
Hard copy book.
Yeah, but something better that you can do, recording your voice is something very useful, absolutely. And you can compare, for example, you can read a text and record your reading out loud that text, like from a year ago or 6 months ago. So you can read the same text again like 6 months later, and you can compare both things. It is a good way to notice how your English has improved. This is something very good. But something interesting and funny to do as well, Anna. Sometimes when you don't know a word and you search for the word meaning, and most of the websites will have like a button that you can click on it and you'll have the pronunciation and you can practice. But something that I used to do as well, and I used to tell my students to do, is to put your digital assistant, your Google Assistant or your Siri assistant in English on your phone. And then you can and then you can say like, hey Siri, define, and you say the word. If you say the word properly, correctly, Siri or Google Assistant will understand it and they will search it for that word and they will give you the definition. So this is like a game that you can play with yourself. You can like say, hey Google, define a knowledge, define, and you can say the word. If Google picks it up correctly, so it is good, it is correct, and then you have a good pronunciation. It's something good to do as well.
Nice. That's a good thing. I tried. I have a podcast to do every Sunday, and sometimes have a few words in English to say. And I always with my Google Translate and say the word just for checking if it's correct.
Yes,
because if
yes.
Google understands writing English and I'm saying correctly, so I use
Absolutely.
that thing.
Yes, good.
So another tip with app, I think I put here method, Park method. I have a video here on YouTube about the app that I use in my English classes,
Yes.
And it's good because when you are evolving, it's a good word.
Yeah, exactly, evolving.
Yeah, evolving in English, your books is change when you are evolving. So at this time, my book it have a exercise that I need to listen to a text, and I need to answer a few questions about it. And it's good because I can like read and listen, and yeah, that's a double check, and I think it's useful. Thanks.
Yeah.
Useful.
No problem.
And that's a good thing to say about it. And app is, I think you can use the app, right? You can.
Yeah, everybody can download the app. There will be like the first unit available for people to check that out and just to get to know how the web works. The app is a very good tool for the classes that people have, because everything that you practice in class, you'll be practicing through the app after that class. And for the first stages of your classes, you will have only images and sounds, like pronunciation of the words. And sometimes you will have like a bunch of images organized in a way that you can have like questions or sentences that you can see the picture, remember what it means, and then you can understand the whole thing, or the whole sentence. When you were talking about the book that you are at right now, not only the questions, but there is also some compositions about that subject that you are reading about, right? So there is usually a text with some questions, and then there is like a composition, like an essay, something that you have to write about that subject. So then you can practice how to discuss about things, how to give your opinions, and how to contradict, how to discuss about people's opinions or something. So it is really good. I strongly suggest people to download the app, see how it works. At the beginning, it is a little bit strange because there's no words, no exercises, but that's the idea. People can learn in a very natural way how to say things, how to pronounce things. And it is an awesome combination with the class experience as well. So when we put those together, that's when the real magic happens.
Yeah, that's good. And have another exercise that we need to like listen and write below. Like, oh, sometimes I didn't listen in the word, and oh my god, I didn't listen in it, and that's it. It's good. It's nice. So I will put in the comments below after the live the link so you can download the app in your cell phone, on your iPad. I don't know where you.
And also, I think that it will be good for people to ask for like a trial class just to see how it works in real life with the app. Because the app alone is good, but it is even better when it is combined with the class. So if people want like a trial class, let you know. Maybe we can set it up.
Yeah, exactly. So we have here our IG on Instagram. So you can like send us a direct, and we will put you in a contact with a teacher, and
For sure.
we can discuss about it. Yes, good. So Italo said, I started listening to a very good podcast called This American Life. It is very good for those who are starting now. Podcast, we will talk about it in a few weeks.
Yeah, there will be a broadcast, especially to podcasts, coming soon.
Exactly. So that's a tip. I will like take a print here, so we will call it about it later. Another app that I put here to you guys to practice it with audiobook is it's one that I downloaded recently. Yes, and it's how to say that, learn English and Spanish language, but the name is A
EWA.
AWA. Yes.
Yes,
It's a good thing because you can choose the level. Like I just said about like I'm beginner. No, I know a lot of vocabulary, so you can challenge you. And I have this on my iPad, and it's a good thing because you can like listening to, and the app will choose the word that they are now saying. And if you like I'm lost, I'm doing another thing, and you come back, you know the exact word that they are saying, so it's good. And you can choose the word like we said, oh, I don't know what's the meaning, so you can choose and put to you like to practice before, and you can
Your practice list.
practice exactly, and you can do that. Yes, it's a good thing, and they can repeat the pronunciation for you if you lost something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I didn't know
And
about that app, but it seems to be awesome.
yeah, this app I think is paid, but you can also use watching a few like from advertising. So it's okay. You can like put the advertising, do it something, and after you just listen to you.
Yes.
That's it. You can do that. I'm doing that now, so it's good.
Good.
And that there is a few like books like we just said about the level, so it's good. I think they suggest ugly duck. I think the name. Yeah, for beginners. So
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
good. And I think we passed for all the topics. That's amazing.
Good. That's awesome. All right.
So we have a lot of lives for the field. No, how do I say that?
For the coming weeks.
Yeah, for the coming weeks. The next week we will talk about how to learn English with music.
Awesome topic.
Yeah, apps and podcasts. So
Yeah.
soon we will talk about podcasts.
Please
And-
invite me when you talk about podcasts. There are a lot of good podcasts out there, and podcasts have helped me a lot with my English process. I used to listen to like 4-6 episodes of podcasts a day, so it helped me a lot.
Nice, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
So you are already invited.
All right, it will be my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. And send to us in the comments below that you would like enjoy this time. I think it was amazing. We get a lot of tips here. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Diego.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah,
It was so good to be here and share all of this with you. Good.
thank you. That's amazing. See you next week, I think. Right?
Yeah, right. I'll go around.
Bye bye.
Be good. Bye bye.